Ladies and gentlemen, Zomithi is rising. You know me as the VOR, the voice of reason, or the Zo What Morning Show. Back in the building, 323-965-1600. Got another crazy show on deck. I'm telling you right now, call us because this show is going to be crazy. We got an incredible collage of guests in the building. Right? If you will, collage. And I won't say who they are right now. You know how I do this. I like to go through my book selections first. But damn it, I'm happy to see my homeboy. He's in the building right now. I ain't going to tell you who he is. But you better get to your phone lines because we going to cut straight up. Before the books go, let me do this. Geoff Brown is in the building. Welcome back to the show, Geoff Brown, comedian.
What's going on, Playboy?
Glad to have you back. I know you're going to be irritating and intellectual and as funny as you always are. I appreciate you
so much. God bless you so much.
2013, yes. He's never been late. 2013. We really appreciate that. And also in the building, world-renowned, famous even, Jesus. He's an expert in a bunch of stuff. Doctor, psychiatrist, philosopher, psychologist, DJ. White man, Jew. All of these things come together to form Dr. Mark Goulston. Welcome back to the show, my good friend.
Well, I can hardly wait to find out what I say today.
You can't wait to find out what you're going to say today. Oh, wow. This is going to be excellent. This is going to be excellent. And I'm not going to introduce the other two people in the room right now, but it's going to be crazy. Let's do this really quickly. Book selections. And you know what I would like? I would like somebody, some fan, somebody out there to, create like a little blog of all of the books I put together because I know I'm well into we're at least, 100 books so far.
About to say, you about
50, 60 at least. 50, 60. Let's find out what these books are. Somebody call me at 323-965-1600.
I don't believe you read them all. You read them all?
Oh, absolutely.
My sweet Lord.
Absolutely. Now, this guy that I'm about to introduce here, who wrote this book, he was on my show. And I thought he was incredible. I think it wasn't a show that me and my friend did. But it was one of those shows over at the Foxhole. Incredible book. 12 Smart Things to Do When the Booze and Drugs Are Gone.
What?
Right? Choosing Emotional Sobriety Through Self-Awareness and Right Action by Alan Berger, Ph.D. This dude was incredible on The Voice of Reason. He gave me these books and I read them all. They're small. It's not like, what is this going to take me 10 minutes to read? Come on. And the doc wants to judge. Let me see. Let me be the judge. Only a white man can validate another white man.
Absolutely.
Anyway, his
Hand
next
me
book.
that book, Chickaboo. What are you doing reading anyway?
Reading is new to your kind. Hand it over. So anyway, let's do this. His second book, 12 Things That Messes Up Recovery, because we did a show about recovering, about if you got a drug addict in your life and, how do you approach them? How do you do the intervention? It was an intervention show and this guy came on. It was crazy. 12 Things That Messes Up Recovery, Avoiding Relapse Through Self-Awareness and Right Action. Alan Berger, Ph.D. Go get the book. Go do it right now. I'm just telling you. Just helping a friend out. You want to thumb through this, Whitey Locks? Just hand it over to Whitey Locks. Okay. Unfaithful. Hope and healing after infidelity. How many of you have gone through this? This is heavy. Everybody's getting cheated on. I keep trying to tell people that relationship is not a place you should go to where you think you're going to be able to hide from your problems. It's just a place that's going to accentuate your current neurosis, whatever foolish script you got running in your brain. The relationship is a physical manifestation of that. This book goes into that into depth. Great book. Okay, let's continue to promote his riches. He's already rich. Just Listen by Dr. Mark Goulston. Please, please, please go support our good friend, Dr. Mark Goulston. This is an incredible book. Of course, it's a #1 bestseller. You got to get involved. But this isn't his newest book. This is Real Influence. Please go support Dr. Mark Goulston. He's all over the place. I don't want to say what he's doing because he told me it would be in violation of his contract. That's how big he is, just visiting with the Negroes in the hood, sharing our space and time. We appreciate having white Jesus with us today. 323-965-1600 is the number to dial. Please call us and let us know what's cracking. Here's another book. This lady just sent this to me in the mail, asked me to read it. I read some of it and got pissed. We're going to talk about this today. Black men versus white men. The black woman's choice. Is she telling sisters to jump ship? 'Cause niggas ain't shit. I don't know. Damn it. What can we do? 323-965-1600. Somebody call us and let us know what's cracking immediately. A lot of people keep asking for this. This is my book. If you want to get it, we're putting up a website right now. So
Jump
you got
ship with your monkey asses?
One more time.
Jump ship with your monkey asses?
That's not the name of my book, though.
Oh, all right.
My book is The Rebirth of Seeds. You can get it. I mean, we're putting up a website. My publicist is in the building right now. I'm claiming her. She's in the building right now. So this will be available on my website, I'm sure. But if you really want a copy, just follow me on Facebook. And, I'm a real dude. Send me a postal money order. I'll send it to you autographed right here, right now. The Rebirth of Seeds, Zoe Williams. Oh, God, who's going through this? This is going to tie into our damn conversation today, too. Are you a crazy baby mama? A Handbook for Single Mothers by Melanie Bent and Max Lane. Is she promoting crazy baby mama-ism?
That book is awful thin.
Yeah, it should be the size of, what, the Magna Carta?
Oh, my God. War and Peace.
Jeez. I don't know. But check this book out. Now, let me do this. My final two books. The cover isn't on this one.
Oh, my God.
However, this is a heater. And I would suggest that the doc read this book. Seeing that he has a Wizard of Oz kind of seat, right? He's the Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. He's sitting behind the curtain. He's here with black folk learning all of our dirty secrets. Well, maybe he should learn something about our culture. And no, but listen to this. One of the most powerful cultures on the planet Earth is hip hop.
Absolutely.
Doc needs to be schooled in the ways of hip hop. And who better to teach the doc
than the Blastmaster?
Than KRS-One, right? His book, Ruminations. An incredible book. I mean, it talks about culture, society, hip-hop music, its origins, the whole 9 yards. Go get Ruminations.
I'm going to steal that one.
KRS-One. KRS-One, what does it stand for? KRS?
Knowledge reigns supreme
over nearly everyone. KRS-One. What a rapper's name today? Lil Wayne. Are we going to talk about the endangered black man today?
They don't want none.
Oh, God. Is it a case of scarcity? Are we lacking good black men? Are there more good black women than there are good black men? I beg to differ.
I'm going to put that in my bag.
Somebody call me, 323-965-1600. And here's the last book of my book selection. Then we're going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I'm going to reintroduce everyone. This book is awesome. And it's got a CD in the back, the whole get down. Anyway, I'm sorry. This book is fly, though. A mindfulness-based stress reduction book. And it includes 3 MP3 CDs. It's incredible. It's by Bob Stahl, PhD, and Elisha Goulston. No relation to Mark Goulston. This is Goldstein, PhD. Okay, no relation. However, excellent book. I read it. I made my son read it because, he's a temperamental guy out on the basketball court. I'm saying, hey, redirect that anger, put it in the game. Direct it into your game. Yes. The referee is like your mother. Once she makes a call, you can't argue it. They're not going to change it. Oh, that's deep. That's a jewel. 323-965-1600. We'll be back at 2.2. Zoe What Morning Show in the building. Guest coming. I'll see you in a second.
Then I have a...
Ladies and gentlemen, so what? Back in the building. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Zoe Williams. And also, I got the new iPhone. I call it a tri-phone. I hate it.
That'll change.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, too. I'm there, too. Zoser Williams at ZOSERWILLIAMS on Instagram. Zoser Williams. Back in the building. Now it's time to introduce some of my guests. As a matter of fact, come on in. Just come on in and walk through. It doesn't matter. I mean, this guy does it all the time.
Who?
You remember how you used to just break through the... Oh, she...
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that was in the past. Your beeper's going off.
You
Yeah.
just used to just walk through. We'd be having a show and, hey, how y'all doing? Who has said?
Come up,
You just bust through.
come up here with me.
But I'm
you
glad
can see
you're
the
here
future
early.
from here.
I'm glad you're here early. I really appreciate it. But let me introduce this young lady who was brought to my attention. I mean, it's an interesting young lady. This is like, name 2 foods that don't go together but might taste good.
Peanut butter and mayonnaise.
Now, that's disgusting.
You said they don't.
That said might.
Taste good together.
Yeah, it might taste good.
Oh, I happen to know jelly and bologna is off the rate.
Okay,
Oh my
okay, so
God.
we will not ask this caveman food specialist.
Right.
Anyway, this young lady is strange. 25 years old, yet still a virgin. There is still a seal.
Never had it trounced.
Never. And she's as if that isn't enough.
That's beautiful.
She's a black woman, 25, virgin, and a relationship expert? How does all of this come
Okay, back
together?
up. Back up.
How can you be an expert at anything at 25? When
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Jeez. Anyway, we want to welcome her to the show. Get a good look at Ashlee Brown 100. You can follow her on YouTube at Ashlee Brown 100.
What
She's
up,
there.
what up, what up? Thanks for having me here, guys.
She is sexy. Yeah, she is.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going to put some of her business out.
To have not had sex.
She has a boyfriend.
I have a boyfriend.
And I tell her that the
How old is he?
He's 31.
so she's going to give up the nookie sooner than she thinks. It's
How
coming.
long you been with him?
4 months.
Yeah, it's right round the corner.
Yeah, before the 4th of July.
Before the 4th of July?
Well, the 4th of July.
All right.
You.
It's gonna be
eyes
some
is gonna be
fireworks.
glazed over.
Fireworks
And he 31 too. Good for you. You starting out with a grown ass man. Good for you.
Exactly.
Don't
These
start
little
with you
ass
don't
kids,
want
I
no
can't.
boys putting no
I can't.
dents in your cherry. You want
Not.
this dude.
A boy putting what?
Dents in her cherry. She wants somebody going. Okay. Yeah. Start out. Just start out with crack. Don't smoke weed. Don't
Just go straight to
go
it.
Straight
Just
to
straight to it.
Straight there to the main vein.
So let's do this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, he's a legend. I'm not even going to say his name. Just put the camera on him. Welcome to the show. The big homie is in the building right now. This is going to shock everybody right now. Just take a look at who's on the show with us right now. Can we get the camera
Can we get
on?
the camera on him?
They're hilarious.
Do we have any camera? Let's just turn this one around. The one that's pointing at Zoe. Well, I'm just looking up here and I
Hey,
don't see it.
Zoe, how you doing?
What up, Lewis Dix?
How are you? It's good to be
Lou
here.
Dix in the
Well,
building.
It's okay to be here. I wouldn't say it's good to be here.
Here we
Okay.
go.
I can't believe the way you guys just talked to the woman and went right to below the waist. I just don't understand.
That's why
That's the
we're
reason
here.
she's on the show, Lewis.
No, I mean, you didn't even say hello and ask her anything above the neck.
No,
Everything is,
because she's here because she's a virgin.
and you
Lewis.
all wonder what's wrong with the man today.
I like.
Damn, he
Yes.
broke me down
And
in a matter of like 2 seconds.
and
I
then-
love it.
I'm not, now, see, I didn't say put you down.
No, you.
Okay,
No.
wait a minute.
No,
Can
he
I
was
finish
actually
it?
defending
Wait a minute.
you.
Before
What
we
I'm
start
saying
the
is-
fight, can I finish the intro? We have one more gentleman on the show that I have to introduce.
Yeah, and then you have 4 white Jewish jokes, which
Absolutely.
you wonder what's wrong with everything is belittling
Yes.
a male.
Yeah.
And if
Why
this
not?
Jewish man was somewhere around his Jewish friends, those jokes wouldn't fly. But here,
But he's not. He's
but
here.
That's what I'm saying. But here, everything
your
is,
aunt had balls, she'd be your
everything
uncle.
Everything is below the way. I mean,
Okay, so
it's
can we
so
introduce our
pitiful.
final
Go ahead.
guest?
It's just
Lewis?
sad.
I
But go
love
ahead.
the fact that
This
Lewis
is
is
going to
here.
be water and hot grease today.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, another incredible writer, comedian, and good brother. James Hanna.
Hannah, dog.
Toothpaste is on the phone right now. What up, James?
What's up? Hey, what up, y'all? What up, Jeff?
Hannah dog.
What up, Zoe?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. Welcome to the
What up,
show.
Lewis?
Hey, how you doing, James? Hannah, funny
All
stuff
right.
on Facebook.
I will apologize. I had to address Jeff first. We were both in each other's weddings, so
Yeah,
that's my
And,
nigga.
and you
That's
see
my
how
nigga
that and
right
you see
there.
how that worked out.
That's my nigga right there. Oh my God! Wait a minute! Hannah! Wait a minute! I just there's a torpedo in the water. Did you just
I'm just
Wow.
saying, you two are just like you talking about grease and water. You two.
Oh no!
I mean, in a
that's
very
my dude.
funny way, not in a negative way. See, everyone thinks whenever you say something, it's negative. It's
No,
in a very
you said,
funny
look
way.
how that turned out. I thought you was talking about my wedding.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because it did turn out. Did it turn out bad?
No, my last one was wonderful. It was the first two that was fucking horrible.
Okay, 'cause which one was he at?
Huh?
The
Which
second one.
The second one.
The
He was at
second one.
Okay.
Okay, well, good. There it is. So let's get into the topic. Black.
Wait, I want to go after the virgin relationship expert.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, James.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yes, I am in the building. I'm
Ashlee
here,
Brown.
live and active.
Only a woman can
Live
take a
and active.
position she ain't qualified for, and other women listen to her.
Ooh.
That's some bullshit.
Wow.
How you a relationship expert? You a virgin?
Ga.
That is a
You're
good question.
25.
I didn't hear.
You ain't even lived yet.
Hannah, ask the
25.
Hannah, ask the question again. Ask the
Ask
question
what
again. How are you a relationship
Relationship virgin, a relationship expert,
A relationship virgin.
and a virgin
and 25.
and 25?
Because I don't have sex doesn't mean I don't know stuff about relationships.
Go deeper.
Dude, you don't, baby, hold on. You don't know shit about relationships because you ain't had sex.
Ooh.
You understand?
So you're basically
That's
saying
31
sex is the
if
only
you-
thing that's in
baby,
the relationship,
hold on.
then, or the most important thing in the relationship? Because there's
It is
other
the most
factors in a
important thing
relationship
to a
besides sex,
man.
correct?
So you can't even give a man what's most important. You understand that 31-year-old dude, if you walked in your house right now, that 31-year-old dude was in bed with another woman, you can't even use the phrase he's fucking somebody else.
Oh. Ooh.
I can say
He's
that.
just fucking her.
Huh?
You can't even say he's fucking somebody else.
Because he's only fucking her.
Because he ain't fucking you.
Wow.
Just because he's not fucking me doesn't mean that he's not doing other things to me.
No, he
So-
wants cooter.
No, baby. Don't play semantics. Don't play semantics.
Okay, James Hannah. James
No,
Hannah.
go ahead.
This is Zoe. I already. His gun is not jammed.
It is not. It's firing.
All right.
Let the
You know,
screen
I don't
go.
like
Damn,
that.
is
I don't
someone
like-
projecting or
I don't
something?
like
I
how
don't
women,
know.
y'all support each other in dumb shit. It's like, how are you a relate? You just make up the title. See, men, we don't
do that.
listen to men who don't know what they talking about in our area. You know,
But-
like the subject of manhood, we don't listen to bitch niggas for male advice.
No, we don't.
Wow. But let's do this.
So how
Let's
are we
do
listening
this.
to a woman who ain't
Jeff,
ain't
I mean-
even saying don't come to me yet? How do you? That's
James.
relationship shit.
James.
Okay?
James.
No, I'm not.
James.
He's speaking
James.
my
James.
Wait, hold on. James.
What?
Just let's all take
Let's take a
5
breather.
seconds.
Let's just take a.
and let me
breathe.
set up this topic, please, because
it's just
we
a-
on fire right
Sorry,
now.
so-
So just give me
okay.
5 seconds
Hold on,
and just give
let me
me.
make this clear.
Okay, make it
I'm
clear.
not woman bashing. I just don't like the fact that women can just self title themselves a relationship expert. You ain't even been to your high school reunion yet.
This is true.
You're not, I mean, because high
Those are
school
good points.
reunion is the reality check of where you are as a woman.
Ooh, these are good points.
You haven't even had that yet.
And are you here to give
When
me
you
my
go to high
reality
school
check
reunion
or
and the
what?
bad bitch,
Kind of, sort of.
bad
Damn,
bitch, your
he's
school is
like-
now fat.
It's 137 to
All
nothing
right,
right
so
now.
this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick break, and then I'm gonna come back and try to start this show again. All right,
I'm with it, so I'm
That
tough
just-
skin.
that was just
we'll be back in 2 minutes. Oh
He
no!
was projecting.
All right.
I think we've all had a timeout. And now we're back. But I do think some great points were brought up during the break.
I'm just here to make poodles out of balloons. I'm no longer.
This is going to be an incredible show. We always destroy women on this show. We talk about women being in control. I've said this before. I said women need to be more accountable for the terrible experiences that they have in relationships. I say women are the directors of their relationships and writers. They write the script. Men, we conform to the script. We put a lot of pressure on women. I say women are the most intelligent of the species, humanity, right? I say all of these things. But what we don't do, we don't get on the men enough. And that's what this show is about. Is there a shortage of good men? What is the definition of a good man? What are negative male character flaws that infiltrate our relationships and break them down and erode them? That's the purpose of the show. Especially, listen, if America is sick, you've heard this old euphemism. If America is sick, the African-American community must be on its deathbed, right? Because whenever something bad happens to our culture and our society, we typically take it on the chin before any other culture does. So my question is, if we're looking at the divorce rate, high 50s, high 40s, right? And if you add in the legal separation, it goes into the 50s. If you're looking at sexless marriages, 27 to 40 million people in America are coexisting in a sexless marriage. If we're looking at the state of relationship in America, what does that mean for the black man? Is it time for the black woman to just say, you know what? Asians, Latinos, Whitey Locks, you guys are on deck. It's time, because my dude is so lost and so gone that there's nothing else for me to choose from, especially not from him. He's in prison. He's not in school. He's not in corporate America. What is going on? Is the black alpha male extinct? 323-965-1600. That is the number to dial. James Hanna, welcome back, my good friend.
All right. What's up?
All right. You all right? You all right, James? I just had to get some order real quick because we went off.
Take some heroin, James.
Take some.
Who the fuck was that checked me on the phone?
That was the poetess. Here, Hannah. I'm Hannah's only real friend in this room.
I'm his friend. I like James Hanna. He's been on The Voice for Reason.
No, me and Hannah, that's my dude.
Right.
Okay, can Hannah get your rent money? He can call me and get my rent money. That's my boy, dude.
You was asking if he can get my rent money?
Yes, could he get would you send him your rent money? I would send him my rent money. Okay. Dude, take some heroin, and I'm telling you why. Because you have some very valid, dead-ass, on-point things to say. And if you say them too loud, people freak out. I don't know why. I think you can adjust the volume in your headphones.
I don't think it's the I don't think it's the vociferation.
Say it sugary, James. Just make it nice and sweet.
Right.
Put it in C's candy boxes.
Y'all should have told me that.
No. James, fuck Geoff Brown. Fuck what he just said. That's not how I get down.
Okay.
You can do what you want to do just long as it's on topic.
Okay.
That's where we at.
Leave the elephant alone.
So what Geoff just said was some
Ignore
bullshit.
Ignore me.
Yes.
Just don't fuck with the elephant in the room. Don't leave the obvious alone.
All right.
That was like.
So you're good.
That was like the wounded zebra walking past a lion.
Exactly.
That particular.
So let me go to.
I do think it's awesome she's a virgin, but I'll just leave it at that.
There you go.
It is awesome that she's a virgin. Let me just applaud that.
Thank you.
Yes.
I hope my daughter is a virgin at 25, holding out, waiting for the perfect guy.
Big question.
But does the perfect?
Do I have a dad?
No, have one. I mean, your relationship. Do you have like a?
My dad actually passed away, but I did have a relationship with him before he passed away.
Fantastic.
But I do have older brothers who act like a father figure in my life.
Fantastic.
So, yes.
Well, that's good. That's awesome.
You're an inspiration in that department.
You're an inspiration in that department.
Thank you.
Let me go to the doc real quick. Doc, why is it that men, or before I even go there, let's go to some of the character flaws that men bring to relationships that ultimately erode the relationship. What are 2 2 or 3 really problematic mindset or masculine mindsets that men bring to the table that can ultimately break down a relationship?
I think a lot of men, manly men, are momentum players. So what happens is when they get their adrenaline triggered and they feel powerful, they like momentum. And anytime a woman says no, anytime a woman puts a condition on something, men, at least the ones who are most sort of adrenaline, testosterone junkies, the more they take it as an assault.
An affront to them as a person. An affront to them.
And what happens is if you act in a way in which you're demanding respect, you will lose respect from other people. You have to command respect in the way you behave, not demand it.
Go to the difference between demanding and commanding. Go to the difference.
A demanding respect is you act like an idiot. You're like, I'm entitled to this. Well, you have to earn respect.
So entitlement is associated with demanding.
Yeah. I'm entitled to this. Entitled is different than being deserving. I'm sort of a shrink, and I make this distinction between people with real personality problems act more entitled than they deserve. They act more entitled to things that they don't deserve, and the neurotic, insecure people actually don't feel they deserve what they're entitled to.
Right, that's good.
Ooh, that's great. That's great. That's great. James Hanna, you're on. Talk to me.
Okay.
James, I want to tell you something, okay? Because we said this in another show. This is the doc. I think you have something to say. So when you have something to say and you start screaming, you distract because you trigger flashbacks in people's minds of people who are idiots who had nothing to say. So you don't want to have people look at you the way they look at people who had nothing to say, and you don't want to distract from it. People have nothing to say. I say scream and see who you can sell your BS to because you're not worth anything else. But you have something to say, so you might want to tee it up differently.
Okay, wow. I get that all the time. I'll hear that out. I get that all the time. My mama tells me that.
I love it. So talk to me about some of the character flaws of black men and how we bring certain mental attitudes and dispositions to our relationships that ultimately corrode them. Talk to me.
Well, the problem is that y'all, I probably only a couple of y'all going to agree with me. Men do what, basically in relationships, we do what women let us get away with.
I agree.
It's just, women want us to be good, but they don't fuck good dudes. So how we know how to be good? Ain't no reward in it.
Wow.
There's nothing that benefits a young man under the age of 30 to be good to a woman. Nothing.
Go deeper. Go expand on that.
That's how you get to go deeper, is you be mean.
Really?
She's screaming deeper because they like assholes.
Is that true? If there's some ladies out there,
man, they too fat and out of shape for a man to give a damn.
Ooh wee. So are you saying?
If they like good dudes when they were hot and everything, then we would act right. Men become basically my view is I always believe that men become what women fuck.
What?
It's like there's no reward in being good.
Wow.
Women can say all day that they want a good dude, they want to be treated right, but that's not who they
So James, let me ask you this.
Belly jacket and a white beater under it.
So James, let me ask you this, James. Are you telling me that the woman's sexuality, her sexual desires are in the way when she's younger and it clouds her ability to really discern what type of man she's dealing with?
That's part of it, yeah.
I agree with that. I agree.
So you, as a female, Ashlee Brown 100
Correct.
On YouTube,
yes.
Follow her. You have decided to take the penal haze out of the equation.
Correct.
So you can better assess what type of man you're dealing with?
Correct, because I feel like my female friends have all been clouded by the dick. So they sit over here and talk to these... Dickmatized.
Right.
Exactly. So they sit over here and date these assholes who are no good for nothing, and I'm not trying to bash men on the show, but they're hypnotized by sex and the dick.
Right. So what are let me just do this. You're dating somebody 4 months in.
Correct.
And in 4 months, have you been able to identify 3, 2, 1 of his character flaws?
I have. He's a very, he's kind of impatient when it comes to certain things, which is weird that he's impatient because he hasn't been impatient or pressured me to have sex the whole 4 months that we've been together. Never once brought it in. I initiate most of the sexual things that we do, not him, because he doesn't want to pressure me.
So you guys are not having sex, but it's kind of diet sex.
Right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Diet sex.
A question. Since y'all haven't had sex in 4 months,
Correct.
do you believe that he hasn't had sex in 4 months?
I honestly believe he hasn't had sex in 4 months. Just because I'm not sleeping with you doesn't mean that I can't please you in other ways. Don't sit up here and think that I'm Mother Teresa where I just don't do anything.
I got a lot of pain. I got another question.
Go ahead.
Just because he hasn't entered your vagina in
Correct.
4 months.
Correct.
Do you believe that he hasn't entered any vagina in 4 months?
This guy that I'm dating right now, yes, I do believe that. Other
that's
guys,
cool.
no.
That's cool. Call in if you believe, agree, or disagree. Call us 323-965-1600. Lewis Dix. What are some of the character issues that we bring to the table?
I have a freshman daughter at Emerson College, and when she was 17, she had a boyfriend. And I decided one of the most important things was to meet the young man and take him for a walk and explain to him what I expected of him.
Absolutely,
Right.
bro.
And she was quite embarrassed, but I told her that's the price of admission.
Good.
Right.
Now, when she called me and said, "Dad, I have a boyfriend in college," right away I said, "Is he nice? Is he in school? And what are his goals?" Because that was enough character. Because as far as I'm concerned, anything below the waist is going to happen when it happens.
Regardless.
Yes.
Right.
So
Right.
you're not going to control that. That's for the person, their character, to control it. So it's kind of like what I noticed that men don't do and should do sometimes is a lot of times when I was driving with my son, who's in Morehouse's second year.
Yes.
And I love him to death.
Congratulations, bro.
We're really happy about that. And what I notice is that when I'm driving and I see a female that I think is pretty, it's important for me to focus not on her, not to look.
Right.
I made a conscious decision not to, so he wouldn't think it's okay.
Right.
He's going to think what he wants. And I just think men have to, just like I'm listening to everyone go at
Sounds
this young
like
lady.
I think you said something that's really big. What you just said.
Wait.
It's teaching management of desires and urges.
Well, there's a time and place
Yes,
for everything.
that's
But
good
what I've noticed is like everything that men, because all of us are older than this young lady here, but everything that we've come at her has been about sex.
Correct.
It's been about below the waist. And my thing is, if I'm her father and I'm hearing all these older men come at her like that, I'm like, we should know better. We should have a better. We should try to get information from her in a different way.
So this is one of the character flaws that we're.
Well, I wouldn't call
highlighting.
it a flaw.
I
Because,
think it is.
I mean, the thing. That's one of the things with the men in our. We have one chromosome. Our brain works differently, and if we constantly hear about flaws, negative, that's what's hurting us
But
right
no,
now.
it's how you convey it. It's how you contextualize it. At the end of the day, a flaw is nothing but a challenge for you to overcome.
Yes, but if
Period.
you constantly, it's just like you say in coaching. If I'm coaching a kid and I constantly tell him what he's doing wrong, as opposed to just demonstrating and saying, "Hey, I really like how you boxed out.
Right.
Let's try to do that 10 more times."
Right.
As opposed to you didn't box out, you didn't box out, you didn't box out.
Right.
And men don't react that way. We're reactionary. So if you tell me negative, then I'm going to wait for you to tell me that I did it right.
Right.
And we didn't get that a lot from our fathers.
Especially if you don't get those jewels in between, like you said, that demonstrate exactly the point.
Yeah, because the XY chromosome is going to give you that.
Exactly. Go ahead, Geoff.
I'm about to start texting folks because I got a couple things to say.
Then you're going to have to wait.
Hilarious.
And now it's your turn. And now it's your turn.
All right.
There you go, Geoff. Shit.
Okay, we need to back up about a minute and a half. I could have swore you said that there's something wrong
I was about to start texting
with
people.
looking at the female form
I don't
and that
think he
it sends
said-
the wrong message to your son.
No, I'm saying if you constantly look and drool and make that so important, you can look. I mean, we all look. If a girl goes by and she's cute, you look real quick.
That's not what you said.
No, yeah. If I'm driving with my son,
Yesterday.
if we're riding in the car and a good woman walks by, if I stare at her and gawk at her, that's letting him know. That's what.
okay.
My dad does
does
that.
that.
As
That's
opposed to me just focusing. Okay. He's gonna look.
I
I don't
agree.
have to. And right now we're just giving them too much information.
It's kind of like texting. You know,
Man.
you know how you get addicted to texting.
What I
We
think
get
I'm gonna
addicted to
start.
looking.
I think I'm going to text some people.
Okay,
Go ahead.
let me. Okay, I was just with my son yesterday, my 15-year-old, and a red bone walked by who was 60% ass. I couldn't pretend not to see that. Okay?
60%?
Yeah. I could not pretend not to see that.
No, you could have pretended. You just didn't want to.
Yes, because that's hypocritical.
No, it's not hypocritical. It's educating.
Lewis, this is a girl. No, you had to see the booty on this girl. It was no way.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Okay, this girl's butt was so big she has never been fucked missionary. Okay, that's how big her butt was.
But that's just
Okay.
that's too easy.
There's a passage in the Bible. I forget where it is, but I was discussing with some people a few months ago, and they said it's not a sin to notice, but it's a sin to look.
Right. That's it. And that's it.
You don't have to take the second look. We're going to notice everything, but when you take that second look, that's when you're kind of leaning into your lower self.
Well, I guess I'm going to hell for second looks because I got about a pound of them. I'm sorry. I have four sons.
That's a black man's weakness. A red bone with a big ass is our weakness.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here. I love you to death.
I want to ask.
Go ahead, Doc.
I want to ask all the grown-ups in the room, which we're waiting for them to come in. But
I'm playing with blocks.
But I would imagine.
And I'm looking at it.
I would imagine it's Ashlee, right?
Yes.
I would imagine if Ashlee was our daughter, we'd be kind of proud of her standing for principles.
Absolutely. I just said that. Yeah.
If we were going after some young 25-year-old for ourselves, we wouldn't be that pleased about her.
Exactly. So it's like a double standard.
It is the male double standard.
I think you're very attractive.
Thank
you.
But
sexually, I have no interest. And I don't mean this to offend you. I have no interest in you sexually because you already told me that you don't have any experience. I want somebody that man, we gonna kill one another.
So
in
then
here.
my question is to you, because I've seen both sides where females lie about being a virgin still because it turns guys on. So you are one person who's saying that. So the fact that you say that I'm not experienced makes you unattractive. Like you don't want to sleep with me or have sex with me because I'm not.
Because you're 25.
Correct.
Okay? I make a rule. I don't sleep with women who can't finish this. Once there was a boy and girl. You can't finish that.
I can't finish that.
But I bet you the poetess can.
So just because I can't finish a song doesn't mean I couldn't finish you off because I'm a virgin.
No.
Wow.
Coming is coming. Okay.
So then what's the difference?
I've always been sleepy. I've always had a mess to clean up.
Okay. So then what's your point?
I'll tell you. Here's the point. How I feel exactly after. There's a way I want to feel, which is why I don't have frivolous sex anymore. I have to feel a certain way, and I don't with a woman that is too young. The gap is too huge. It's not about how you look. It's not about what you do. It is about the spiritual connection that I don't feel with younger women that I do with women my age and older.
Great point, Doc. Take us to break.
I don't agree with that.
Doc, hold on, everybody. The doc is going to take us to break.
I want to get an answer on the end of this break. But why is sex important? Because part of what Ashlee is saying, it's important enough for her to hold off. And I'd ask the younger people who don't hold off, why is it so unimportant to not hold off?
Exactly.
Wow, great question.
What's the importance
when we
of sex?
return? We're going to get the answers. We're going to phone calls. 323-965-1600. This show is off the meter right now. We'll be back at 2.2. Holla. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Zometheus Rising, the voice of reason, Zo What Morning Show, back in the building, here with Geoff Brown, Dr. Mark Goulston, PhD, of course, James Hanna, Truth Paste, and the incomparable Lewis Dix.
I love you. I was wondering if Geoff wanted. Can they finish that song?
Right. All right. And of course, our special guest, the female voice. You're not going to take all of this chicanery from us knuckle-headed, male, testosterone-driven knuckle draggers. Ashlee Brown, 100. Join her on YouTube. She's in the building right now defending her virginity. I love it. Good example. Hey, no, she's setting a good example for another young lady in the room. Chuck Doe in the building. Young, 19-year-old intern, producer, soon to be on-air journalist. She's all of that in the building right now. I think you're setting a good example.
Now, also
6 years older than her, and letting her know, like, hey, sometimes the sexuality or the pursuit of it can cloud your vision.
Does.
So back to the doc's question before we went to break. Doc, can you give us that question again, and then we're going to go to our first caller, 323-965-1600.
Yeah, the question was, why is or how come sex is important? Because what Ashlee's saying is it's important enough for me to sort of think about it before I just sort of do it without thinking about it. And then the question is, why are there some people that are so young who don't think it's important enough to think about it? They just do it, as soon as they have the impulse.
Jeff?
Well, sexually, we've been numbed. We've been numbed. Children's innocence is just basically under attack. Just from there's stuff that I have to actively pursue to keep away from my 9 and my 6-year-old. That's one of the chief.
But sexuality and the images of it is ubiquitous through the media. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's iPhone, it's iPad, it's iTouch, it's everywhere. I mean, even with my son, and I have a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old and an 11-year-old. Now, the 11-year-old is still watching Goku and, Dragon Ball Z. But the 16 and the 13-year-old are now being introduced to a different level, in my opinion, of adulthood. And they're still 16, 13. And again, it was interesting how you brought up the Spinners record. And I always use this example. All the old school records, all they do is reflect back to a time that reflected different social game rules. So when Marvin Gaye said, let's get it on, he didn't say, let me stick my dick in your pussy. He didn't say that. but the records say that now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So there is a validity to a desensitized kind of mind when we deal with the younger kids. And that content, I remember back in the day, Let's Get It On wasn't an appropriate record for kids.
When you heard,
You can't. That meant
get it upstairs.
you go upstairs when that come on. You see? So that's
Well,
a great
the problem
point.
is-
That's a great joke, Jeff.
The problem is too is that kids are just too many kids are just raised wrong. It's like you can't. We're in the age of the baby mama, and
Exactly.
that's got a lot to do with it. When the only dude you ever see your mama with is the nigga coming out her room at 7:25 in the morning. That it's got that has a lot to do with it. Kids don't see their parents together, so they don't know. A young boy don't know. How can I put this? He ain't never seen his mama be somebody's woman.
Lewis disagrees with you.
Wow.
No.
How does he know how to treat a woman? All he knows is what he hears on the radio and sees on 106 and Park is that all dudes supposed to do is drive a nice car and they get some ass.
Great point.
But Jeff,
Lewis
that's all they
Dix.
know.
But Hannah, you just said earlier that you had to look at the girl's behind because it was so big. It's subtle things like that because
Lewis,
you're contradicting yourself. But you have to go that. But see, my point, because of the over-sex stuff they're selling, we have to work as men under sex. We have to fight it. It's like a PG-13 movie is really an R-rated movie. I was watching a movie called High Pitch or Pitch Fever or something, and a scene was, and I'm watching it with a 12-year-old young lady and her mom, and the scene was the girl was in the shower, and another girl comes in the shower with her, and the girl's like, "Hey, I'm naked," and then a boy walks by and talks to them in the shower. Now, I'm embarrassed at that point.
All the boundaries, all the borders are destroyed.
And then the young girl, when I brought it up, I said, I can't watch this. She's like, why? I said, because this is embarrassing. I said, this is crossing the line. Now, the little girl tried to get embarrassed. I'm like, you can't get embarrassed if you're going to sit here and watch this.
Right.
You got to pick.
So we're putting too much into these kids' images, and then we as adults are not combating it.
Dr. Mark Goulston, do you agree or disagree?
But Lewis, you can't combat it. You got to understand something. It's a break. You can have all that bullshit on the radio and TV that you want. It starts at home.
That's my point. You were in the car looking at the behind with your son there.
Wow.
That started at home.
Exactly.
But no, but
You can't have it both
ways.
ways.
No, bro. At the same time, my son gets to see me with his mother. He sees a loving relationship.
But where was his freedom?
Man,
but when I'm a man. That's where it goes. I'm a man, so I gotta look. No, if you're that much of a man, you don't have to look, Hannah.
Preach.
If you're gonna be that much of a man, look once and keep it moving.
That's a good point, Doc. Can I get you to chime in? Hold on, James.
Hold on a second.
Okay, James.
You ain't seen an ass that's so big.
Yes,
you can't help but notice.
No, you can help but notice. I'm a man. I've lived.
Have ass that look like they made horses.
Lewis
Okay,
Dix.
see, you are compromising.
Exactly.
See, that's what I'm saying. You keep making excuses.
Mob stop. Lewis Dix. 2001. Jeff Brown, James Hanna, Lewis Dix, Buddy Lewis standing outside when Ivor LaShawn walks by with an ass like a fine cut diamond.
And were our children with us?
No.
It was three grown men, and it was at a nightclub.
I'm almost done.
Okay, and we didn't refer to her. We talked to each other.
I'm almost done. Pretty please with sugar on top. Please quit pretending like ass on some level isn't kryptonite. I don't know where you're getting this.
See, it's not about that. What I'm saying, there's a time and a place.
It is.
And when you're sitting next to your 16-year-old child, that's not the time or place.
Not my
This
son.
is bullshit because you know what?
Well, y'all can say what y'all want. I've said what I've said.
Okay,
Hey, it doesn't matter to me.
got you here.
You're not going to influence me. Because
No,
y'all gonna
nobody-
call me.
Wait. Listen. Everybody can't. Everybody. Hey, James, hold 1 second. I'm gonna come right to you. Everybody can't keep talking at the same time.
I'm done.
I know this is passionate, but we've got to regain some goddamned order. All right. I need.
Okay.
All right. Now, James, finish your thought, please. Thank you.
How I'm gonna pretend not to notice a big ass with my son when big ass got him here? Okay, that's bullshit.
That's just
I'm not gonna
ridiculous.
How does that have to do with
like,
That's just stupid.
I mean, I
It
can
is
see if it was
stupid.
this girl. You just had to see the ad. I'm not. She walked. She almost hit her. She jumped out in front of the car. I had to hit the brakes. Boom, big ass right there. Even my son noticed it. I'm glad he noticed it.
Well, you know what I
in
think?
this day and age, okay? I mean,
I'm glad
You
you
know what I
noticed in
think?
this
No,
day and
but
age
you know what I think?
with HIV, unprotected sex, STDs
Great
going
points.
on in this time and age. That's why
Great
you're not
points.
supposed to keep noticing it.
You know what? We talked about this
get the
before.
fuck out of here with that.
Hey,
Really?
hey, man,
Really?
again, see, that's
Hold
our
on.
problem. We want to
Hold
discount
on.
the reality.
First of all, that's another show. I don't think straight people get the shit. So, I mean,
See,
really,
now
dude,
you're
come
talking
on.
really
Okay,
ignorant.
so wait, let's do this.
Come on.
Let's do
I don't
this.
think straight
This is
people
what I
get
think.
it.
Everybody, don't force me to take another break because I will. This is what I think is going on here. Ladies, if you're paying attention to this show, if you're watching this show, you are seeing several male character flaws that could be brought to a relationship that would ultimately tear it down. I mean, you're seeing an example of a group of men behaving poorly. We can't even talk to each other.
My sweet dick, I cannot believe you just said that.
I don't want to know about your dick. Soul Wonder, you're on the phone. Let's go.
Oh, Lord, thank you for please letting me through. Good Lord, what's going on, ball people?
What's up, man?
Geoff, Dr. Goulston.
Hey, Doc.
Hey there.
25-year-old,
Lewis Dix,
I have a
James.
question for her.
What's up? I'm here.
25-year-old sex expert that is a virgin.
She's not a
See,
sex
I never said I was
expert.
a
No,
sex
she's a
expert.
relationship
I'm
expert.
sorry,
She's a relationship
expert.
guru,
I apologize.
expert,
Sorry.
personality
Gotta get this
extraordinaire.
Put it all up on there.
Yes,
For
she's
sure.
all
At
of
the
it.
sprinkles, at the toppings. Go ahead.
She's the next Oprah.
Okay.
Hello.
Here we go.
Okay, I applaud you because your boy, because you haven't had intercourse. I have a 22-year-old.
Okay.
And well, she's not like that, but she's doing well in college and all that good stuff.
Congratulations.
So
Congrats,
here's my question: when we talk about no sex, and you said something to the effect of that you please your man in other ways,
Right.
isn't that in my opinion? I feel like that is just as cloudy as the actual act of sex of you doing other things.
Interesting.
Because to me, no sex means no sex. I mean,
That's interesting.
See, and that's the thing. Like, we
That's a good
have
point.
discussions about that all the time. Some people think, I'll sleep with you, but I'm not going to give you head because that means that I care about you or that's way more important than having sex. Some people say they'll give head and not have sex, which is my case. Just because I'm not having sex with you doesn't mean that I wouldn't do other things. I was raised the way, like, if you give your virginity to someone, that's the person you're going to be with, or you're going to wait to marriage, and then that's going to be the gift you give him. So just because I'm giving head, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, it's
That's
still
the
sex.
takeaway
What we're starting to do here. Thank you, Soul Wonder. Appreciate the call. But I think what we're starting to do here is identify some female double standards as well as some male double standards. Lewis Dix brought up a great point. If we're going to change the way we view women, because like I said, we talked about this before on another show. We talked about a book that you can get. It's called Dick Management. And Lewis, although he didn't put it in those terms, even though his last name is Dix, is
DIX for those of y'all checking.
but really, Lewis is in alignment with this book. The book is called How to Manage Your Dick, and it's talking about the spiritual essence of masculinity, and it does not have to run amok. When it runs amok, it fucks up society. Masculine energy. And again, masculine energy at its lowest vibration equates to war. Feminine energy at its lowest vibration gives life indiscriminately. This is why a woman can have a baby just because she wants something to love her, as opposed to wanting a family around the baby. Do you understand? She'll have a baby to fill a hole. You see what I'm saying? A traumatic hole, as opposed to understanding having a baby means becoming an architect of a family, right? So again, Lewis made great points. Soul Wonder made a great point, and so did Ashlee. Next caller, Kendra, you're on the line.
Hello.
What up, Ken?
What's going on?
I'm chilling.
I just got out of my meeting, and I told you I'd call in. So
Go in.
I'm a little lost, but I just want to say that me being a boss supervisor has not went to my head because I was this way before, I became supervisor. I've only been supervisor about a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So I had those thoughts of, me being single, independent, not having to rely on a man for anything other than the dick.
This is a good point. We can integrate this into the show. I see you. I see you go deeper.
I have two sides.
Right.
Where I feel like it may be an issue if I'm in a relationship with somebody. Okay, I make more money than most men, that I'm interested in. Are they going to have a problem with that?
Well, let's do it this way.
Can I answer that?
Yes, you can, and so can Geoff Brown if he would just. What's going on with Geoff?
I don't even know why I'm here today. I give you honestly.
Go ahead, answer it, James Hanna.
Okay, first of all, let me say this nicely.
What?
The independent thing is a crock of shit. Don't stop.
That's not nice, James.
Okay, because the second you meet a dude that make more money than you, you're gonna be in his pocket, which blows your whole independent thing.
That's not true.
Most dudes don't care what you make, baby. Okay, the average dude does not care. The problem is, in most instances, y'all don't shut the fuck up about how much you make, and that's what makes dudes uncomfortable.
You mean she's beating the drum about how high she's risen?
Yeah. If you were with a dude, be with that dude. Be a woman to that dude without talking about your money. Okay, that's too many people do that. They always got to remind a nigga how much they make. That's a turnoff. It ain't your money. It's you talking about your money.
Ooh.
Okay, and if any dude cares about how much you make, you about to get pimped.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
any dude that's impressed with your money is about to pimp your ass.
Woo, great point.
so
Geoff Brown, hold on.
Get over that bullshit right now.
Kendra.
And that's only yourself
That's the thing I'm worried about. I don't want him to be into me for my money. I want him to be into me for me. I don't want him to think I'm going to buy some damn new Jordans and shit every time I get paid. That's another issue I'm worried about. Because I don't talk about my money. It's just, it's fact.
I think she's saying.
You brought it up just now.
For no reason at all.
For no reason. You felt the need to validate your opinion with your money.
By supervisor.
And you can't tell me that you ain't at the Cheesecake Factory talking shit about your money with a dude.
Ooh.
Because I hear how sometimes it's an
Not
issue.
because.
You
Not
said
because.
No, you don't get a because, Kendra.
You don't get a because.
You say it's yay or nay. It's on or off. You said you don't talk about your money. Quick question.
I don't talk about my money.
Kendra, Kendra,
did.
wait a minute, James, I got it. Kendra,
Okay.
I've never seen you before. I have only heard you for 45 seconds or so, and I know that you've been promoted a year and a half ago, and that you're a supervisor now. I'm not in a relationship with you. I have a question. Do you, or any of the women you know, ever get in an argument with a man, and the subject of money comes up, and it had nothing to do with the argument? Do you know anybody like that?
Not me personally.
Yes, exactly. They don't exist. That's who we're talking about, and I understand how this is detached from you because you don't know any of these people.
And let me do this, because this is another show, Kendra. You took us on an odyssey. We went. You obviously weren't listening
That
to the
started
show.
with your money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, but we're on another topic
that you don't talk about.
Hey, I got two fucking Rottweilers here right now. 3 of them, really.
I don't never talk about my money, but I can't be late for work. I'm supervisor now.
But let me just say this. Let me give Kendra some remedy here. Thank you for the call, Kendra. Appreciate you reaching out. Kendra and I were having a conversation earlier this morning on Twitter. And she was talking about how she's a boss and how she's having a difficult time turning off the inner boss when she's in relationship.
She didn't say that.
So I talked to her about control. I talked to her about submission, how submission is not necessarily humiliation, because a lot of times when you're a powerful person, male or female, when you have to compromise, that is seen as some kind of weakness in a relationship. And she was like, you know what? That makes sense. I have a difficult time releasing control. Okay, I don't understand what's going on with Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff. Shit, you're really annoying today.
The concept of being in a relationship with a man and the man being the leader is not compromise. That is order, okay? If In the words of Will Smith,
Jeff.
in the words of Will Smith, if there are two generals on the field, everybody dies.
That's true.
Okay?
That's true.
Are you
That's
the
a good point.
leader? Yes or no? And then you need to have this conversation with your man, and if your man wants to be led by you, then that's fine. However, if you are not, it doesn't matter how much money you make at work. You at work. You need to turn that money-making shit off, because we are in here making a home, and making a home takes a different skill set than managing strangers.
Wow, the phone lines are on fire. James, you want to wrap it up, and then I'm going to Lewis Dix.
Okay, here's the problem. The average sister has a problem with they think that being the queen means castrating the king. And that's the problem. Okay?
Do you agree
It's
with
like
that,
just because you the vice president of pencil sharpening at IBM, turn that shit off when you get in the driveway.
Wow.
Okay? That's all you need to do is get home, shut the fuck up, cook, suck some dick, and give your man some time on the PlayStation. That's how you keep a man.
No.
Yeah.
Doctor.
No.
Dr. Mark Goulston's turn. Everybody, Dr.
Wait,
Mark.
let me say this one more thing. This is serious.
Go ahead.
All joking aside, the thing is women are keep trying to sell us. Men want what we want. We want food, sex, and space. And women have been trying for the last 30, 40 years, been trying to sell us this other bullshit of having a job. I'm educated. I went to this school and I dress this way and I know all this shit here. And then they got nothing to do with food, sex, and silence. That's why they're not getting men. Quit selling us that bullshit. Everything else is secondary. Give us food, sex, and silence, and then we'll be cool.
Hang out for 40 years.
So if I'm to understand this correctly, James, it sounds like classism and materialism is now a part of the relationship expectations concerning women. Sounds like that's what you're saying. Dr. Mark, what do you think?
Exactly.
Dr. Mark, wake up. I know it's been crazy.
Do all of you agree? Listen to this.
There we go.
Do all of you agree?
Voice of reason.
Do all of you agree that in when you're out in the world, you got to be in control, but when in matters of the heart, you got to give up control, because when you try and control a relationship, you kill it.
There we go.
Would you agree with that? Anybody agree with that?
100.
You got to give up control. Okay.
Yes.
So would you also agree that when you take the attitude that you got to be right and you can't be wrong, that you're being controlling?
Yes.
And so I think part of what we're all seeing here is the need to be right. I can't be wrong, and and I don't care what you're saying. I've checked out. And when you bring that into a relationship, I don't think it's going anywhere good soon. Right. This is good stuff. Lewis Dix.
And I think to piggyback what he was saying is that you really learn that when you have children. You learn how to identify what's important. Right. Because your kids can come in a room and have something totally more important. When you have a kid under 10, it's really just to be a kid. When you have a kid between 10 and 16, it's to fit in, and then you have to adjust as a parent. And then when the kid's over 17, 18 in the real world, you have to adjust to saying, okay, I got to really help this kid navigate it. So it's and then you really become selfless, and that's the one thing that happens when you love someone. You become selfless, and you stop judging. You start saying, this is what I believe, because you really start listening.
Lewis, if you're still judgmental, can you say you love your partner?
If it's the time and place. If you're being judgmental to help them navigate through something, and even then you might have to step back and say, this is what I believe. But before you, especially with women, the way their brains think, you have to say, listen, I'm saying this because here's one thing that you learn when a woman asks a man, are you okay? Right. A man usually tells the truth. Right. If you ask a woman, are you okay? if you ask a woman, she's okay, and she says, yeah, she's really probably not telling the truth because there's other things going on. Right. But she's just trying to get through the evening. And one of the best evenings I've ever had was when I had some good salmon and some potatoes and asparagus and a good movie, and we sat down and enjoyed, just the time of cooking dinner together, washing dishes together, doing things together, and leaving all that stress in the garage when you pull in your car.
Geoff Brown.
Important.
You know what? There are two Lewis Dixes. Well, I love this guy.
I know.
The other dude
other guy, I swear to God, I want to hit with a fucking bus. I don't know.
It's called maturity. It's called understand. I have 2 kids in college now.
Yes, and I dig that, Lewis Dix.
And the other one is there.
The dude that tells me I can't look at ass because my 17-year-old sitting here. Yeah, I don't like that dude. He can't drink a beer.
This is excellent. Let me go to the callers right now. Alexis. You're on. Talk to me.
Oh, it's good. It's not Alexis, Jay Nasty.
Yo!
Oh, well, Jay Nasty. There is an Alexis on the line, but we're going to go with Jay Nasty. What up?
Jay Nasty.
Jay Nasty. What's happening?
What's up, Joe, man? A brother from another mother, you know what I'm talking about?
Word up, man. Word up. Let's get it cracking. Yeah.
Geoff, also the guest, I believe your name is Ashlee.
Yeah,
Yes.
what's up?
That's what's good. Sure, look, keep up the good work.
Thank
If you don't
you.
want to have sex until you're ready for it, then don't.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Then
Thank
don't.
you.
I'm raising 2 girls myself.
Right.
And one is 3, and the other one is a couple months, something like that. Anyway,
What?
That's honest. That's honest. I like that.
I don't even know.
I don't remember when she was born. Shit.
Jay Nasty,
Here,
she's
that's all
sleeping
that
through the
matters.
night.
I love my kids to death.
I ain't had no sleep in weeks.
Right.
It seems like kind of sort of like what I hear from a lot of males, especially when I'm out there in the world, or I'm out there going to do consulting at IT firms and things like that. It seems as if the men want.
She has and
Why
ladies
are
and
you
gentlemen,
touching shit?
and ladies and gentlemen,
That was nasty.
Chuck Doe has hung up on all of the callers.
Chuck,
Our new intern, she's always doing great things for us.
Chuck, 3 words. 3 words. 3 words, Chuck. 3 words. Don't touch shit. Don't touch shit. Don't touch shit.
Take her to Chuck E. Cheese. Don't
Yeah,
touch.
don't
You
touch
can't have
shit. Don't touch shit. That's how stuff.
She cut off everybody.
That's how shit gets off the rails. When you see lights and buttons, shit gets off the rails because you start touching shit. Don't touch shit.
She hung up on everybody. That's genius.
Poet is
That is hilarious.
touch shit. What is she touching shit?
Okay, bring Jay Nasty back. That was great. She just. Oh, okay.
Wait,
Why-
I want to.
Go ahead, Doc.
I want to throw something in.
Absolutely.
I want to give a parenting tip because
Please.
it seems people talking about their kids, and I want
Yeah.
to see if this will work. Our goal as parents, and Lewis, I'd be interested if you agree with this. Our goal as parents is that when our kids hit age 18, they can enter the world with confidence. They can take a punch without having to punch back. They have a sense of humor about themselves. They take the world seriously. They don't bail. They don't quit. They don't blame. They don't make excuses. Would you agree?
Oh, totally.
Okay, so a parenting tip is I think every parent once a month should take a walk and say, is the way I parent going to have that outcome?
That
Is
is excellent.
What I'm saying and doing
That
going
is
to
excellent.
result in an 18-year-old can go into the world with smile and confidence, take a hit, not fold. And I think it's important to pause, and because a lot of times what we're doing is creating the opposite.
Right. And Doc,
Totally
you know
agree.
why that is so beautiful? What this is, I put this on Twitter and Facebook the other day. We are dating our neuroses. We're married to our neuroses. When we get hurt, we have been conditioned to think that the next relationship will be the parachute, the safety net from what's wrong with whatever has happened to us. And this is the problem. You just posed a question that requires objectivity. But so much, or so many of us, are under the rulership of hurt and pain from past relationships.
here's a good
so
shot.
it's difficult to get to a space to say those kind of things when you're parenting from a space of neurosis.
What we're all hearing also is we're hearing that people, this whole society thinks that not giving in to an impulse is bad. This whole society says, if I have an impulse, I am entitled to act on it.
Right.
And a great parenting thing to do also every week is to have everyone in the family share a story about an impulse they did not give in to. What was something that you resisted doing?
That shit down.
That you resisted doing, and it wasn't easy, but it was much better that you resisted doing it, because this whole society is about, if I get this impulse, God gave me his blessing to act on it, and I'm entitled to it, and that's why everything's so chaotic.
Right. Lewis?
Yeah, and one of the
You're only human. You can only you know some. You win some, you lose some. You know, it's just.
yeah,
You know, I tell my sons, just because something can be done, don't mean it should be done. And then you just hope like hell they exercise.
That he exercised,
and,
right.
and one of the important things is that you really have. We made this a point to have dinner, you know, as much as you can with your kids, because it just takes away an impulse of I'm going to be upstairs. Right. No, we're setting the table. We're laying down plates. We're washing the dishes. We're cleaning up. It's only a matter of maybe 90 minutes of your time, but it really makes an impact because those kids look for it every time, and they start doing that in their family. It's just rituals that you have to create. Right. We had some Jewish friends, and we used to always go to bar mitzvahs, and one of them was Orthodox. And they didn't have the party for a year, so we had to go back a year later to celebrate the party because the guy's father had died. So you couldn't have it. And my son just like a year later is like, why are we going to this party? And I said, because it's a ritual. And if we had more rituals like the Jewish people and the Catholics, as African Americans, we would really, and we used to have those all the time. And we're getting away from certain rituals that it's not self, it's more of the community. And we don't have enough of that. And if we get back to that, and I don't say go to bar mitzvahs every time. You should. It's really a beautiful event if you go to one. It's $18. That's the only thing I got to tell you. It's right. Increments of 18. That's what I've learned. So
Geoff Brown?
Give up.
Speaking of impulse control, I'm teaching my sons to masturbate before they go on dates.
Hilarious.
Yes. Jack off when you house. Yes, absolutely.
I thought your kids are 9 and 6.
Huh? What's that?
Excellent advice.
Yes, because now your dick is taking a nap and you get to do the thinking. The inverse of that.
Put your dick to sleep before you go on the date.
Which is sound advice for any woman who wants to keep a man. Put his dick to sleep before he leaves the house. Now, with regard to my daughter, when she starts to date, when the young man comes to my house, son, I don't trust your impulse control. Get your ass in the bathroom, gone. Squeeze one out. That way I know you're in a different place with my daughter. I don't have to worry about you trying to fertilize her eggs. I don't have to worry about you doing no braggadocio shit in front of your friends because you left your DNA here. And you're going to have to look sleepy before you leave this house if you leaving with my daughter.
Wow. 323-965-1600. Ashlee?
Yes. So you're basically saying, say your daughter, how old is your daughter?
My daughter's 9.
Okay, so when she's 17 and she gets jealous of her dude going out, you're encouraging your daughter to put her boyfriend's dick to sleep before he goes out.
No, I'm not. I don't know what part of that you said.
He's saying he's going to talk to her boyfriend.
Dude is coming to my house.
Correct.
Hey, Mr. Brown, how you doing? Hi, Steve. I'm not doing too good because I know you came over here with a full nutsack. And we're going to do something about that before my daughter puts on your safety belt. So you get in my bathroom. I got some of my favorite porn in there. Here's my iPad. I got a few things bookmarked out. You work that out in there.
Right.
And then you can take my daughter out. If you can't, turn around, you and your soldiers get in your car and get the fuck on.
Now, for those of you listening, that is called comedy.
After saying what he's done?
It's pretty good. What's that?
What'd you say, James?
Do you take the iPad from him when he's done?
Not until he's sterilized.
Let me ask you, Doc. Do you think that was some good advice? Some good father to boyfriend advice with regards to taking out your teenage daughter? What do you think, Doc? I'm going to come to you, Ashlee.
As usual.
I think it's part. I think it's great advice, but it's all in the tone. Like we were talking before about people being judgmental. I think if you really care about someone, they know you care about them, you can say something direct like that is damn stupid. If you do that, you're going to get hurt. That's not being judgmental. That shows the caring. So I think if your tone is more about caring than about being right and being cute.
But I don't give a damn about him.
You just want him to have a sleepy dick taking your daughter.
Thank you. I do not like 9-year-old boys.
I got to tell you a spooky thing about sex.
Go deeper.
Years ago, I'm not a PhD. I'm an MD. I'm a psychiatrist. But years ago, on some weekends, I would work at one of the state hospitals. We'd call it moonlighting. And one of the things that some of the psychiatrists would say to me, who were there full time, they'd say, it's really a shame is that when some of these, and these are really not bad people, but they have bad schizophrenia and they're wandering around smoking other people's cigarette butts. And he said one of the things that he hates to do is that when schizophrenics are out there either masturbating in the day room or trying to hit another patient, they have to restrain them and put them down. And they said the sad thing is that is when they feel most alive and connected to the human race, and we are punishing them Whereas because they're feeling an impulse, whereas all the other time they're lost in their head and hallucinations. And he said, we have to do it to maintain order, but it's kind of sad because they're actually feeling a connection to the world when they're feeling alive, and we have to sort of control it out of them to maintain order. But it was really kind of spooky.
That's a good point. Ashlee?
I just don't agree with Geoff at all about what you just said about putting the dick asleep before you go on the date, because I feel like that's encouraging or letting women know that before your man goes out, you need to put his dick asleep, or at a young age too.
No, it's not about you doing it. It's about the man doing it to himself so that he doesn't treat you like a sex object.
No, hold on.
James, go ahead. I see you. You're there. Go ahead, James.
You need to do that to your husband. You don't want your husband going out on dude's night out with a full set of nuts because shit happens.
Yes.
Is it?
Okay, that's what you're not understanding. It ain't about. Okay, when you decide to have sex with this dude, this 31-year-old dude, and y'all and I hope God blesses you and you get married, it's no longer his dick. It's your dick. Invest in it. Okay?
Wow.
You need to save your man
Invest
from
in it?
himself.
That's brilliant.
Let me do this.
That's what you're doing when you get him off before he goes out. That's for you.
Wow.
I
So
think
let me
you
do
should
this.
be married, and that's a better investment.
Here comes Lewis.
As opposed
He said
to
that
just-
first.
I'm just piggybacking. I'm not challenging him. I'm just saying
It just a lot. Maybe that's a problem, Lewis. You need to work on the way you agree.
Hilarious. That's funny. That's funny.
Let me do this. I talk about my 16-year-old and my 13-year-old a lot. My son, 10th grade.
The lion.
Varsity basketball game tonight at Santa Monica High. If you're in the area, 7 p.m. Win this game and go to the championship. Okay. Anyway, yes. My son, I told him when he was in the 8th grade, going to the 9th, I said, listen, the school we pick, it's like its own country. In other words, it's a society. It has its own social game rules. You cannot be swayed or influenced by what happens. Now, the unfortunate part is you're going to be influenced. You have to maintain your center. And that's when I told him, relationship is a school, it's a classroom, but you don't have to enroll right now. Take your time, because once you enroll into relationships, you can never graduate. So you don't want to get in there too soon. You don't want to pick up too much too soon. And Doc, I say that to back up Doc's point when he talked about teaching delayed gratification. We live in a society that moves at the speed of technology. So we want everything right now, and we don't know how to delay any type of gratification. And this manifests itself in our relationships. We want our relationships to be good and perfect right off the top.
Yeah.
The problem is relationships are designed to manifest the things you haven't worked on personally. They're designed for that. That's why I told my son, take your time before you do it. And then I said, watch your other friends. They're going to be guys, because they're on varsity like you, because they play like you, they're going to be guys that have sex. Watch how their game, their grades, and their mentality deteriorates. I said, trust me. Please trust me. If you've never listened to anything your father has ever said, trust me on this and watch how this works. And he did it. And one of his best friends, he ain't shit. And he said, Dad, you were right. This is what I mean by the topic again. Are we endangered? Are we endangered? There's some good black men in here right now. Geoff Brown, fucking Lewis Dix, Zoe Williams, James Hannah. We're on the phone right now, and a lot of people believe that we are lost, but I don't believe we are. Go ahead, Geoff.
Many a great man has been taken down by good pussy.
Many a great man have been taken down by good pussy.
Oh, my God.
Do we not have any power over the vagina? Doc!
None. I tell women like this. I tell women like this. Because all women think they got good pussy.
No, yeah.
So I tell the woman like this: if you've been fucking a dude for more than 6 months and his life ain't moved up a tick, your pussy ain't nothing.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
But why would we put
Say
that
it
on?
again.
But why would we put that on the vagina? Ashlee, can your vagina make me a better man?
It's supposed to.
Well, yours ain't even working.
Man,
I can't
Mine's
even
not
answer.
even active right now, but I don't think so. It might. I don't know. I can't
supposed
answer
to.
the
Let me
question.
tell you something. Let me
Is
tell you
it?
something.
You're supposed to.
I don't even think that's a rational expectation.
Speaks for itself, okay? It's basically how your man, whatever your man's life, if your man's a cop and he's just a beat cop, either that motherfucker should be a sergeant in 6 months or busted for corruption trying to get you a goddamn necklace or something. If his shit is still the same, your pussy ain't nothing.
Doc, I'm like you right now. I'm confused. Are you saying
that's Chicago pimp shit?
I'm just trying to understand, and James will help me. Are you saying not just the pussy, but the being, the woman, the essence of her is supposed to raise you?
No,
what I'm saying is,
I think one of the
good bomb pussy changes things.
Yeah.
For a man.
For countries, for empires.
When you get some truly wet, 5-star bomb-ass pussy, it's like one of the moments where everything before the pussy and everything after the pussy.
Yeah.
Okay, let the doc.
Only happens to a man maybe once or twice in his life.
Wow, Doc.
Okay. Only once or twice in your life.
Doctor, could you please
shout out to my wife?
Wow.
Doc, go into the point you were trying to make, because I'm trying to understand this whole philosophy here. Go ahead.
I think why sex is so important to men is that men are basically distrustful, paranoid, and they don't want to get close to people. And it's the one time when they get close to another human being and it feels okay. And then before and afterwards, men are very guarded. They're paranoid. They don't want to get close to anyone. And yet underneath, there's a real desire to connect, because it gets very tiresome to keep up a guard to get through life. And then when you're having sex and you're in there and you're connected, you get a relief from just being this alone guy who's supposed to be a warrior and all that sort of stuff. And I think underneath it all, that's underneath the sex is that desire to connect with another person one-on-one, because we feel we're supposed to be out there alone in the wilderness being strong and all things to all people. So I think that's part of the appeal of that.
Right, Lewis Dix?
I think you mature in certain things. Like if you have young men, if they get a good grade, if they get a good compliment, if their project is their mom and dad are beaming, if as a man, if you see your child graduate, if you see your child up there making a good speech and not stuttering, if you see your kid accomplishing something, those give you the same thrill as, like James said, some good stuff.
He said
wet.
He said good pussy, and you're wrong.
And I don't have to say that. See, that's another thing. I don't have to say that
I don't have
word
to say it.
To feel what you feel. You guys are saying it as if it's so important.
No.
And it's a curse word.
Lewis,
nasty.
I'm going to challenge this.
I mean,
It's a curse word.
Challenge.
It's
I
nasty.
got Hannah, whoa.
At 12:30 in the afternoon, nobody needs to hear that word.
Lewis, I'm going to challenge you. Lewis, I'm going to challenge you there.
Unnecessary.
I'm going to challenge you there.
Go ahead.
I am as a matter of fact, I have an award for being the most involved parent. I am the project makingest, school goingest, PTA meetingest dude. And I'm going to tell you something. If seeing your son finish a speech without stuttering is on the same level as fantastic pussy for you, I challenge you and I submit to you that you've never had fantastic pussy.
Well, it's a time and place to put certain emotions. I'm gonna raise that up to the level of, in my brain, the way my brain thinks, that this is exciting. My heart's beating fast. Whoa, yes, congratulations. I love you. It's love.
Yeah.
It's love. Love
I'm not
comes
talking
in
about
different.
love.
Yes, it is.
No, that's not what I'm discussing.
Trust me, when you have that great orgasm, you feel in love. You feel connected, like the doc said. When your child accomplishes something, you feel love and connected.
There's this Creole girl in Dallas that made my toes curl.
I got to put in a distinction. You know what?
Put a distinction.
The difference between sex and making love.
Yes.
When you have sex, it's all about how it makes you feel. When you make love, it's all about how you feel about the other person.
Wow, there it is. Ashlee?
No, I was just going back to what he was saying, how pussy will inspire you to get a promotion at your job.
Yes.
Like, I don't... So what, when you're done getting pussy, you're not inspired to go to work?
No.
Here's that virgin thing that you're not, okay.
Break it down to me
your
then.
inexperience is kicking in, and you're not a man. Okay, see, pussy means a lot more to us than what dick mean to y'all.
Right.
Okay, we got to be honest about that. Okay, it's some pussy where it's a rare, because every woman think they got good pussy. That's what I think y'all got to wrap your mind around that first. Okay. That's what y'all got to wrap. Once you wrap your mind around, because you could put 100,000 women in a stadium, and every woman in that stadium thinks her pussy better than the other 999,000 women in the room, and that's not the case. Good bomb-ass pussy, it's like 5% of the female population got it.
Yeah.
And when you run across it, it changes things. It changes things for a man. Okay? And that's all it changes. Now you got to figure out what I'm going to do to keep this bomb pussy around.
Dun, dun,
okay?
dun.
Here's some clues for all the women out there that's listening who are not virgins. Okay.
Okay, well, it looks like we lost.
Fucking somebody, your pussy ain't all that. Okay, if you
say that again, we lost you.
Hey, we lost you for a
second. If you got a dude you fucking and you paying all your bills, your pussy ain't worth a damn.
Wow.
But see, okay.
Your pussy ain't nothing.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, here's the bomb pussy test for all the ladies out there. Really, if you're married, I can't give you this test if you're married. All the single women who think they pussy is fire. When you leaving the dude's house at 2:30 in the morning after that booty call, I want you to pull over on the freeway. Make sure you roll down the window so he can hear you on the freeway. Call him and tell him you got a flat tire. If he go, bitch, you ain't got AAA.
Wow. But you know what? I think the inverse of that.
Yeah,
speaks,
I think the man's not.
I think the man is no good.
Yeah,
and that's what again.
First of all,
Lewis, Ashlee, Geoff, James, and Mark. That's the topic. You brought up the great point to bring us back to the topic. And that is, if you're a good man, you're going to be connected to more than just the pussy.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
The pussy,
I agree with that.
I say this all the time. I said there's more water on planet Earth than there is pussy. Pussy is not special unless it's connected to a special being, a special person who has quality, integrity, and meaning and knows it.
Right.
If you are dating someone, right, who is unaware of their own neuroses, who is unaccountable for that neuroses, then I don't care how good the sex is, it's still going to be problematic. So my point is, if you use James Hanna's litmus test, and you just had sex with a guy that you're feeling, and you pull over on the side and say, my tire's flat, I need your help, and he doesn't come, and I don't mean C-U-M, I mean C-O-M-E. If he doesn't arrive, he doesn't come to assist you, then that's telling you what kind of dude you are.
Exactly.
And it goes back to my question initially.
Exactly.
Are we, as a culture, right, deficient in producing strong, quality, black alpha men?
Yes.
That's the question.
We are.
Yes.
And how so? Why?
All day. The bitch nigga is the dominant species now.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
This nigga is all over TV. It's all, look at Kanye, look at Lil Wayne, Drake, and Chris Brown. All these dudes make more money than God, okay? And they are all textbook bitch niggas. Okay?
Well, I think
manhood is played out.
I think there are a lot of strong men, being focused on too. There's Blair Underwood, there's a lot of there's a lot of men. I mean, right now pop culture is focusing on those guys.
But just because pop culture is focusing on them doesn't mean that there aren't a bunch of good men.
And they're not, and a lot of these guys are not that important in our home in defining, who we are. There's a lot of deans, there are a lot of teachers, there are a lot of men who are coaches who are dominating young men and helping them focus and be good men.
Go ahead.
You're speaking from a dad who is present in his son's life. Okay, I'm telling you the way it really is, because a lot of these boys don't have no daddy at home.
Absolutely.
Right. But do they not have a daddy at home because let's not just make a blanket statement. Do they not have a father at home because mother doesn't want him there? Because that exists in our community too. Mother actively deters him from being
ran
there.
off some good dudes.
That happens, but you're a bitch nigga if you let her run you off.
Woo! That's what I'm looking for.
Yes, sir.
I like that. Go ahead, Geoff.
I think one of the chief things that is missing for young males is this phrase. What the hell I look like doing that? Y'all don't have that, okay? If I call James and go, dude, I think I'm going to get some lime green skinny jeans. Are you coming with me? He going to go, nigga, what the hell I look like doing that? I got a son. You got sons. Get your shit together. And I go, you know what, James? You're right. Yeah. Young dudes don't have no magnetic north at all. They just do all of this crazy shit, and they don't have none of their boys to reel them back in.
But it doesn't seem to hurt them in getting women of this generation.
Because women have lowered the vagina bar. The vagina bar is way too low. Shout out to Sister Brown across here who has her vagina bar at 30,000 feet. Fantastic.
Yeah. But you know what?
It's
but
too
also,
easy to get laid.
But you know what? Also, let me say this really quickly, and then I'm gonna throw it to Ashlee. What women in general fail to realize is sometimes the fantasy about who we are impedes your ability to really connect to us. And what I mean by that is this.
Yeah, I'm looking at you like a dog heard a high noise.
Prince Charming is not real. He's not real. Every person you meet is complex. Every person you meet is ideologically in flux. Even though they may have standard beliefs that they have, ideas and concepts that they have, those beliefs are always being challenged. So people are always confused. I believe this now, and then get it, and then not really want it, and then not know how to disconnect from, So women have to stop looking at us as being perfect with regards to how we fit into your idea of it. Date a real guy, a real man, not your idea. Go ahead, Ashlee.
No, I agree with you with that, but I also agree that you tend to attract what you are. For example, my female friends date guys who are low-life losers who use them because they don't have any self-worth and they don't believe that they deserve better. I meet quality guys all the time, but now I'm taken, so obviously I'm not giving out my number like that, but that's just my take on it.
I got a tip for women.
Here's what's going on with these. This was going on with these young girls today.
What's going on with these young girls today?
Guys, he can't see us, so he jumps in, all right? So he can't see us. That's why he keeps jumping in. Go ahead, James.
What the problem is with these young girls these days is that too many of them are ratchet, and they want these big guys. They purposely pick dudes who allow them to be ratchet instead of a dude that's going to really call them on their bullshit and keep them on the straight and narrow. So that's why a lot of these girls knowingly date bitch-ass niggas.
Wow.
Okay?
You saying they're aware of the quality of the dude and still proceed?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the new sister don't want to be told shit. So for her to be with a man means that the cost of being with a man is once in a while he going to say, baby, you wrong.
He's supposed to.
No, but the new chick don't like that. They don't want that. They want to be. They think it's cool to be ratchet because they went to school and they got a good job, so that gives them grace to be as ratchet as they want to be. So they purposely pick dudes who don't know how to value a woman and gonna let her be ratchet like that.
But let me do this, Doc. Doesn't go back to your point about men and us not being true and lying. And this isn't just a black man issue. This is a male issue, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of men are afraid of being exposed of all the stuff they don't know, and a lot of men are afraid of women because women have pretty good BS detectors. So one of the ways we keep women from detecting us is we act like idiots, so that they're so appalled that they don't get to expose what we don't want to have exposed, which is many men really down deep don't know what they're talking about or what they're doing, and there's no honor amongst BSers, and so men do that with each other. But I have a dating tip. I got a good dating tip.
Give it to us.
Ashlee, this is a cool thing. A friend of mine taught me this. This was a woman who was single into her 40s, and she was seeing some therapists who said, well, it's okay. I mean, it's better to be alone than being in an unhappy relationship. Everyone's divorced. And this was genius what she came up with. She got really ticked off at the therapist, and what she did, she made a list of all the things that she would look for in a man that she'd want to spend her life with. Mm-hmm. And it's not rocket science. They'd have a sense of humor. They'd have confidence. They wouldn't have a chip on their shoulder. And so, but what was brilliant, she made this list of all the things so she'd recognize it, but then she made a list of all the things that such a good catch would want in a woman.
Damn.
And she changed things in herself because she said, what would it be if I got a good catch and then I would be totally insecure that he'd discover that I'm the lemon? And so all these things that she never liked about herself but never changed. She had like a cackly laugh. She could gossip and all this stuff. She changed them all. And within 6 months, she started becoming attractive because, she got rid of all that stuff that she was doing.
That's self-reflection.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people are afraid to self-reflect? No, they go into the relationship thinking it's just going to work because I'm me.
Right.
You have to self-reflect. You have to take accountability and ownership of what you see coming back in those reflections.
Right.
Wow, I am argumentative. Wow, I am a poor listener. Wow, I want to be right all the time. Wow, I am controlling. If you assess those things and own those things and work on those things before you get into a relationship, it raises your relationship value, and it also raises the potentiality of the relationship actually working. Lewis Dix.
Yeah, I agree with Doc. I think it's so important that it's important for a male to be consistent. You really have to work on, being consistent. And in doing that, you have to work on humbling yourself. And actually, I fell in love with this Psalm 118:24. And it's just about honoring the day that you're in. And stop and don't worry about yesterday or tomorrow. And if as men, if we can develop a consistency, even if it might be ignorant, like James has a lot of consistent things.
Yeah, James he got heat.
But at least once you know what it is, you can work through it. And we just can't keep changing, our beliefs. Just be consistent. And that's one of the things that our fathers and grandfathers had. They had a consistency about themselves that our mothers and grandmothers could trust.
Come on, dude.
You knew if your uncle needed an hour to go to the bar to have a drink, but you knew he was coming home. And you knew that he would talk to you, that this is what, and you stayed out of that way. So there was a consistency. We knew what time our dad was coming home, and you knew to leave him alone for 2 hours. And if his friend came over, him and Mr. Johnson, you knew you'd go to the store for them. You knew you had to bring them their change back before they gave you a tip.
Exact change too.
So exact change. So if we can get our young men to be more, and that's one of the beautiful things about sports, is that it demands a consistency with young men and children. They have to be consistent. You have to be on time for practice. You have to work hard. You have to deal with the results, win or lose. So I think it's important that we actually work on that.
That's an excellent point. I always like to say relationship is a hospital for hurt hearts. When you go into one, it's not designed to be all cookies and cream and happiness and all of that. It is going to hurt you. And that hurt is the trauma you need to get to the other side of the bridge, which is forgiveness. That's how it has to work. 323-965-1600. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, final 15 minutes, we're going to go through all the guests and hosts and everybody. We're going to talk about it more. Call us, 323-965-1600. I'll be back in 2.2. Ladies and gentlemen, Zometheus Rising has returned. This is a great, great show, Zoe. And I know it's all over the place because this is a complex topic. And I like the sidebars, you know? I like them because I think they're all subtopics and related to what the real issue is. And I think towards the end, we're getting into the meat and potatoes of what manhood means. You know, James Hanna said something that stood out to me. If you let a woman run you off,
you ain't shit.
You ain't shit. You know, you got to stand. And what that means is stand for your child.
Yes.
Stand up and just say, you know what, whatever you going through, I'm going to be here. Whatever you could throw at me, I'm going to catch it and discard it. But I'm only doing that because I need him to see me doing that.
Woman.
You understand? So I think that's good. But I do believe that the black man gets beat up a lot in this society, the image of it. And then I think also there's propaganda behind what I perceive to be the new black male image. You know, a lot of black men took umbrage with President Obama. They feel like he's too much of an apologist. They feel like he you know, takes too much stuff. But then a lot of other black men say, nah, that's class. So again, my question to you is, how do we, as strong black men, intelligent black men, recapture this generation? You know, you have some kids talking about Kanye wearing a kilt, and that's gay.
That wasn't a kilt.
What was it?
It was a skirt.
Was it an actual skirt or was it a Scottish kilt?
It was a kilt.
That nigga ain't Scottish.
He ain't
Well,
Scottish.
the original blacks
You don't
were
see
Scottish.
people wearing dashikis.
Thank you.
You don't see black people wearing dashikis. So what does that mean? Does that mean... But what I'm saying is, I think hip-hop is responsible for this, too, the erosion of the black male image, because hip-hop is a misogynistic art form. Hip-hop really breaks down the woman. It doesn't build her up. We do have good examples of hip-hop, whereas Common, Talib Kweli, you know...
I was about to say that's unfair to say.
It isn't unfair to say because those artists are the minority. If we look at the majority of artists out there, they're not talking about nothing. And remember, the music and the media, that is life 101 for most people. Most people are being educated by low-grade content. Right. Go ahead.
Hip-hop is misogynistic now. It is not. I think it's unfair to say that that is what it is. Hip-hop is a microcosm of the rest of black society. It has become this ugly thing.
Right.
That
We're
I don't
saying
recognize.
the same thing.
No,
we are.
I don't think
hip-hop is gay as a Tyler Perry pool party, okay? That's what it is right now.
Before we close, I got to say something about because one of the terms we've thrown around here is the alpha male, and so for you women, I think the good alpha male that you should go after, that's the man who stands up for something. Whereas the bad alpha male is the male who takes everything personally and say, I'm not going to stand for that. So look for the good alpha male who will stand for something, fight for it. It's important, and it's not all about their personal ego. The bad one is the ones who gets all angry and all that. That's not alpha. That's just being a child.
Good point.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa. I got.
Shit, I have moments of that too.
Can I take a little umbrage with that?
You can take a lot.
Okay.
You can take a lot.
There is I don't know what you do with your anger, but there are a lot of things that are well worth my anger as a man and as a black man. Absolutely.
No, because but you're standing up for the respect that you deserve. I'm saying a lot of alpha males it's all personal, and it ain't about being a black thing. They're being called on their crap, and they don't like someone calling them.
Oh, okay, I get that.
Speaking of that, Lewis Dix,
I say one of my things of the alpha male is the one who would, when you're having a draft of some kids for a basketball league. The alpha male is the one who takes all the kids who were not drafted.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow.
And he coaches them.
Mm-hmm. Right. And he coaches them to greatness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or just to where let them know that you're
they
important
matter.
too.
Yeah.
That's a Disney movie. Let's write that.
James, this is Zoe.
Okay.
We have 5 minutes left. You said you wanted to speak about something in particular when you called. What was that?
Oh no, man! It's just this cat, this blogger, Tommy Sotomayor. I don't know if y'all know him.
I don't know him personally, but I've been asked to have him on the show. I would love to have him on the show. What's the problem? What's going on?
Man, me and him got into it on Facebook, and that nigga deleted all my comments because I got in his ass. That bitch ass. That's all.
Oh God!
I called him on his I called him on his bullshit because he's Mr. Controversy, and then the nigga deleted all my comments while I told him the truth about himself. He didn't like that, but he liked dogging women all the time and making fun of dark skinned women, and he dark skinned. Which you need to have a topic about that.
We should, and we will. Let me do this really quickly.
People, grown men having fights on Facebook.
Let me do this really quickly. I gotta say thanks to Jay Nasty. We had some we lost you. Chuck Doe hung up on you a couple times. Sorry about that, and I'm sorry we couldn't get to your call. It's just that this topic was all over the place. It was heated. It was fiery. So, brother, please call in later. Maybe I'll call you after the show is over.
Yeah, shout out to Jay Nasty.
Jay Nasty, man. I appreciate Jay Nasty.
I've grown to like Jay Nasty.
Indeed. and my homegirl, she's a new fan of the show. Her name on Twitter, Ass is Ridic. That's the homegirl. I don't know what.
Now, why would I even want to?
You know what?
Debate or connect with someone with that Twitter name.
But you know what I'm saying?
It's just nasty.
I'm just saying.
I'm ass
is ridic.
Yeah, I'm sure her grandmother really loves going on that Twitter.
But let me do this really quickly. Let me just say, black men have to mentor other black men.
Yes.
The only way you can mentor, one of my favorite philosophers, Krishnamurti, said, whenever you have a teacher in front of students who hasn't confronted himself, he is a danger to the pupils.
Yeah.
Damn.
So now, at the end of the fucking day, until black men stand up and face our own demons, our entire community is in danger. We can raise alpha men if we first acknowledge that most of us are betas and below.
Good job.
Just because you got a good job and a good education doesn't make you alpha. An alpha is spiritually aware and conscious of the content of his character. And he knows that he's responsible for his weaknesses. Now, women, good men have bad qualities. And just because the relationship forces them to show those bad qualities doesn't give you the right to throw good men away.
Right.
Do you understand? I'm just trying to put my jewels in, damn it. I done let you run wild.
Flip it around.
I done let you run wild now. Shit. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
What about the bad? They misconstrue good men with bad qualities with bad men with good qualities. Yeah. And y'all, that's what y'all wind up with, about bad, horrible motherfucker that happens to open the door for you.
Right. And I'm going to tell you right now. Right. And I'm going to tell you right now, just because a guy. Really? That's what you're doing, Doc? Doc didn't already planned his escape.
Doc trying to get out of the hood.
Right.
How do I get?
How do I keep my car and get out of this area?
So listen, I'm done with that. Hey, James Hanna, tell them where they can find you, man.
On Facebook under James Hanna's Truth Paste, and I'll be moving to the East Coast. I got a new job writing for the WWE.
Wow! So, congratulations, man.
Congratulations, bro.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Lewis Dix, where can they find you, brother?
At LEWDIX. And yeah, I'm on Facebook too.
You just quiet right now.
No, I've had a great time. Thank you for the invite.
Dr. Mark Goulston, our voice of reason. As always, I appreciate you. Please go get Real Influence and just listen. These are two heavy books from a heavy brother. I appreciate you every week for coming here and believing in what we're doing, and I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Can I please take 1 second to apologize to the young lady?
Yeah, for going in.
Thank going you. Hard. It's
yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to just take a second to apologize to you because that's my style of comedy, is shock and awe. And
you did that.
Yeah,
you did that.
That's how I do. So all right. I don't want you to walk away thinking I don't respect it.
No, I don't think that at all. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So
and there it is. Geoff Brown, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Geoff Brown Comedian. I will be putting up links to new ringtones and coming soon.
Uh-oh.
The Lost Tapes of performances by your favorite superstars. They will be right here.
Great stuff, great stuff. Ashlee Brown 100, where can they see you, find you, and connect?
Check me out on YouTube, Ashlee Brown 100, and on Twitter, Ashlee Brown 100.
She was great. I loved her. Check this out. Follow Zoe Williams. All you got to do is text ZO to 90210. That's it. Follow me on Twitter at Zoe Williams. Also, anybody on Instagram? Somebody hook up with me on Instagram. I'm at ZOSER Williams. At ZOSER Williams. Follow me. Let's continue the conversation. That's what it's designed for, to piss you off and get you started. We about to roll out. I'll see y'all next week. Holla.